Oh, why hello there, my name is Slimivorous, and welcome to the Slime Rancher Mega Tier List. Please note that pretty much everything I'm saying in this video is highly opinionated, so please don't take my word as fact. Well, I don't want to hold either of us up, so without any further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so first thing on our list today is the slimes. So, pink slime. It does a good job at introducing you into all, the basic concept of what a slime is. It doesn't have anything fancy going for it. It's just, you feed it something, it gives you a poop, and you sell it. It just gets across the basic features, and I think it does that really well. So, I want to put it in B tier. Alright, rock slime. They're spiky and they hurt me. But unlike the crystal slime, I don't look cool. E tier. Alright. Phosphor slime. That's a glowing butterfly. But they're also helpful early game, so. And they're somehow able to eat just straight cube. So, I mean, I don't really have anything specific to say about it, you know. Alright, tabby slime. No offense, but meat-eating slimes in general are just hard to feed. I like the tabby slime, it's cute, but it's just hard to feed. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, I am using PowerPoint for this because I don't really know how the other softwares work, and I'm not going to take the time to learn it. Alright, rad slime. You look cool. And you give me money. A tier. Boom slime. There's nothing I can say. It's just look at it. It's scared of itself. Alright, honey slime. Apart from being, like, to the point where you could probably just take a bite out of a honey slime, I mean, B tier. Sounds pretty good. Puddle slime. Pretty, I mean, they're a pretty reliable way to get money if you don't want to do a thing. And they do a good job at it. I mean, you just gotta take their plorts out every once in a while. You literally don't have to do anything. Alright, crystal slime. Crystal slime, you get A tier because you hurt me, but at least you have cool, like, spiky thingies going for you. And unlike the rock slime, you actually look cool. Hunter slime, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just, the only thing it's useful for is slime science. Quantum slime. Maybe it's just me, but I found a really good way to ranch these things. And to be honest, they look kind of cool. But I mean, it's kind of outweighed by the fact that they're annoying. But if you can combat that, they're really cool. Alright, fire slimes. Very, very tedious to get. I will say that. It's just all luck based. You just have to get them at the right time. But they're kind of like the puddle slime in the fact that you don't really have to feed them all that much. But then again, if you have a drone handling it, it can do it. Alright, dervish slime. I mean, I might be a little biased here because I like space and stuff. But, like, they're annoying. They spin too much, then create tornadoes and make everything go away. D tier, because they look cool. All right, tangle slime. I also like these because they can feed themselves. And they're really the only meat-eating slime that I have a tolerance for. Mainly because if I just set them down in the overgrowth, they'll use their vines and just they'll eat from their own good. Mosaic slime. I have nothing else to say here. Just S tier immediately. There's nothing else to say. Their plorts are worth a lot. Like, in the top 3 for the entire game, minus the gold plorts, because the gold plorts aren't renewable. They look pretty. The plorts look pretty. Sure, they'll rain down fire upon you, but you just gotta keep them fed, you know? Alright, Saber Slime. Diet Hunter Slime. Pretty cool. I like the motive and theme they're going for. Quicksilver Slimes, I mean, they make for a good minigame. But, like, they're painful to feed because they're just painful to feed. It's hard to, because if you step on one, they hurt you. But the minigame's fun. Alright, Glitch Slime, you get higher because your icon looks cool. And, I know how to run your minigame. And Gold Slime, I've gotten you out of a crate a few times, and I don't know how, because that's like a 1 in 200 chance, I think? But you look cool. And you give me a collectible that I don't get often, so you can go there. Lucky Slime, they're useless. Like, they give you, at most, like a 500 new-bucks. Sure, they're a godsend if you're, like, in the beginning of the game, but still, it's just, like, it's really not worth your time to go scramble and find a chicken. Sure, they're a rare encounter, but still. Alright, I'm gonna have to give the Twinkle Slime some extra points for originality, and it looks cool. And the tar. The only thing it has going for it is it looks cool. Well, now we're going to rank the different food items. So, carrot. It's a carrot. It really doesn't have all that much going for it. It's a carrot. C tier. It's just the basic food. Alright, Heartbeat, you're the favorite of the rock slime, so immediately. You just go down. Oka Oka, you're a potato. You're a multicolored potato. You can go in B tier. Let me resize these real quick. Odd onion. I find it weird the fact that crystal slimes are able to eat just a raw onion. And it looks cool. It's got a spiral on it. It's like the superior version of a carrot. You cannot deny that. Alright, this thing looks weird. They're really rare to find, and the only thing they're useful for is going to pop a gold Gordo. Me too. Because you're shiny. Alright, Pogo Fruit. Same thing as the carrot here. It's just like a basic food. You find it everywhere. And it helps. It's just there. Helps if you need to pop a Gordo, need some extra food to pop a Gordo. So, alright, Q-Berry. I find this odd that at first glance this looks like a triangle here. Because this section over here at the back, but it's a cube because of the weird perspective. I don't know. It's a cube. It's a cube. It's a strawberry. It's a cube. Alright, mint mango. F tier. I feel like if I had this in real life and had to eat this in real life, I feel like this would taste absolutely atrocious. Because mint is from a mint, like mint. Why did I say mint like 3 times in a row? Mint is like from mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip is good. Mangoes are alright. But I don't think those two would mesh well together. Alright, phase lemon. Lemons are good. I do like lemons. And cool concept, but if you were to eat this in real life, I feel like it would just if you're like taking a chomper out of it, it would just teleport out of your mouth or something. Alright. This would hurt to eat. I don't know how the dervish slimes do it. Also, this looks like it would hurt to eat. And apparently it tastes like stinky cheese, but it's purple and it looks cool and it's rare. So, alright, normal hen. Same circumstance as the pogo fruit and carrot. It's basic food, you can find it anywhere. It's helpful. Stony hen. It's a chicken with rocks on it. I can't really say too much more. But it does the design well. C tier. I don't really know what to say about that. It looks like a chicken with face paint on. And also it's the Boom Slime's favorite, so it goes down in D tier. Painted hen. You're bright orange. You've got the Nerf for nothing color scheme there. I like it. Roostro. Quite literally the only guy out there. He's trying his best. They're old chickens. They're not really favored by anything. I feel like it would be weird if it was favored by something. Imagine like an elder chicken or elder rooster or elder hen farm. I find that concept to be weird. All right, Spark Shot. So these technically count as food because they are used to feed the Quicksilver slime. So I'm just gonna say that they count. You can store a lot of these, and they're original from the other foods. All right, Thunderclap. It's a Spark Shot, but better. All right, Static Cleaner. You're also very helpful, I will say. Cause you stick to the guys and you just follow them. All right, Water. Water is god tier. Oh, like it's not just useful for doing tars. I don't really have too much off of memory here, but it's a godsend. As you know, if you have water, it's quite useful. All right, Ash. I wouldn't eat that. And Spicy Tofu. You can get yourself a good A tier because you can be fed to slimes that are hungry already. So, I mean, more food equals more money. Or if I can feed a slime that's hungry, that means more food. So I just gotta collect a bunch of this stuff, and boom, money starts to roll in. Alrighty, so now we're on to the secret styles. So, the pink slime. It is sparkly. That's all I have to say about it. It's sparkly. C tier. Actually, it's got a nice pink. B tier. Alright, rock slime. It's a rock slime, but it's polished. That's all I have to say about it. And D tier. Alright. Phosphor slime. Phosphor slime, but pink. It's not even the right pink. It's just like a purpley pink. Alright. Tabby slime. Well, it's called the tiger, but it doesn't really look like a. I mean, kinda, but the stripes aren't black. So, alright, the rad slime is where we're gonna start to pick up. Because the rad slime, the secret style for the rad slime, it just looks like a more effective rad slime. This is the only instance where I will grant the boom slime any slack. Because it looks kind of cool. Alright. It's not that this one looks cool or anything. It's just that it has, like, lore in the game. It's themed off a royal jelly. So I find that kind of interesting, because not a lot of these are actually themed off of something in the game. I don't think any of them are. Except, like, the Saber Slime. But, alright. Tropical... tropical Puddle Slime. Looks like it came straight from Florida or something. Alright. Alright, Crystal Slime, but it's red. C tier. I have to cut it slack because it's pink. It's a hunter slime, and the long tail is weird. Alright. They just took the color out of the quantum slime. Alright. First S tier. First S tier. That looks cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oop, kinda. Messed up my thing there. There we go. Alright. Now. Well, we have 2 S tiers in a row. Because I like space. I like space a lot. I feel like that's the best way they could have put it. Alright, this is the Tangle Slime, but its flower is, like, blue. Alright, Mosaic Slime. I'm sorry, but I can't put you in S tier. Because you look cool, but you just look like a glowy. You look like a ball of light. Alright. You're the Saber Slime, but your teeth are slightly misaligned, and you're green. I don't really like it. Alright. Now, this makes a Quicksilver Slime actually look fast. You know? Because it's bright red, and I'm thinking the theming is coming from the Flash here because red and yellow. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Alright. This is the Glitch Slime, but blue. The Glitch Slime's alright. Alright, Gold Slime. They just gave it a crown. And gave it some, like, indentations and called it a day. And this. What is this? Either I'm not cultured or I'm just out of the thick of things here. Because I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't, it looked weird. Alright, on to the Gordos. So, Pink Gordo here. He's the epitome of long chin, and he's kind of my branding, so A tier. Alright, Phosphor Gordo. You're a big ball of light with stubby wings. C tier. Alright, well, this kind of looks like my friend's cat, which is morbidly obese. It's just a very enlarged tabby slime. There's really nothing else to say, and it's not all that useful. It just gives you a couple of teleporters. So, all right, honey slime. Now, this is the first slime that gets it. It understands that it's a snack. Which it is. It's very much a snack. And even it understands that it's a snack. Hunter Gordo. I hate this thing with a fiery passion. I want it to die. It's in the worst spot imaginable. You've Hunter Slime, or Hunter Logos, constantly coming at you from every which way, trying to eat you. Just because you're trying to feed this big cat. Alright. I feel like this guy is sort of a ripoff because he doesn't hurt you. But he's also one of the first Gordos. And he has a little heart in his mouth. How could I say no to that? He's got a little heart in his mouth. Alright. The Rad Gordo, its expression makes it look like an alien. There's really nothing else to say. It just looks like it's just a dead stare. It looks dead. It looks like a zombie or an alien or something. It's also one of the few Gordos that can actually hurt you. Alright. The Crystal Gordo, the Rock Gordo, but it's better in so many ways. You see, it's one of a kind. It still doesn't hurt you. And it looks cool. Alright, Boom Gordo. You can hurt me. But I like how the icon looks. That's the only thing saving you from F tier. You do know. That's the only thing saving you. Alright. This guy. His name is Big Yellow, and he's very mad. I don't understand why he's very mad. Alright, the Dervish Gordo. He looks either very happy or very sad. He looks passive-aggressive. He looks very, very aggressively passive-aggressive, if you get it. If you catch my drift. It's just a mix of sad, happy, angry. It's just a mix of everything. Alright, Tangle Gordo. It's just a smile. It's just a green blob of devour on his face, and he smile. How can I say no to that? And he doesn't hurt me, but he also eats meat. Alright, I will say the icon for this looks atrocious, but it's also mosaic slime, so that's the only thing saving it. Alright, Gold Gordo. You're the only Gordo icon that doesn't look like a Gordo. You look like a pink slime, a retextured pink slime. But you're also shiny. So I give you B tier. Alrighty, on to the slime science resources. So first we have Jellystone. Jellystone, it's basic, it looks like a blob. C tier. It's used in a lot of stuff. Slime fossils. Interesting fact. The slime sea is a seabed, and the seabed looks an awful lot like a slime fossil, so I don't know what that's trying to entail, but that gives it extra brownie points. Alright, Strange Diamond. It's a diamond. This should be selling for a lot. B-Truck should be selling the Strange Diamonds, not selling the, not selling plorts. Because just by the size of this thing, if you sold that would keep you going for quite a while. Alright, Indigonium. I gotta say, I like how it looks. It looks fantastic. Same here with the glass shard. It's quite literally the same exact texture. But it looks like a mosaic slime, so alright. Now, you can't tell me that if I tried to make this thing look like a bowling ball. It's got the 3 holes, it's ball-shaped, roughly ball-shaped, and in the game, its model is probably a bit smaller than a bowling ball, but you could still use it as a bowling ball, so... But it probably wouldn't be a gold bowling ball, it probably wouldn't roll too well. Alright. Now, just with my history of Hexacomb, I've had quite a lot of trouble gathering this thing for no apparent reason. And also, it's kind of a rip-off, because it says there exist bees, but bees don't exist. Alright, royal jelly. You're a jar of purple jelly, and the game tried to keep you theming, and you're purple, and I like you. Alright, wild honey. I don't see what makes you any different from the honey slime. You're just trying to copy off of it. And you did it badly. because you're no longer able to move. You're just stuck in a jar. Alright, Pepper Jam. You kind of missed the labeling there. It looks like you just caught fire it looks like you just put fire in a jar. And also, I don't like spicy things. But your texture looks cool. Alright, Primordial. You cannot tell me that this just two words. Tar juice. That's all I can say. It looks like tar juice. Also, okay, Spiral Steam. Now, I am of the opinion that this is the coolest texture out of most every of the slime science resources. It's a spiral, and it's cool. All right, lava dust. You look cool, but the only thing saving you from E tier is, or you look cool, and that's the only thing that's saving you from That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's saving you from E tier, because the Slimepedia says you're just a ripoff. You're not lava dust. You're just warm dust. You're just ash from an incinerator in a can. All right. This looks like slime seawater, and that's also backed up by the fact that you are not allowed to like drink it for some reason. All right. I don't know why they couldn't just like pick this up from the ground. All right, Manifold Cube. Manifold Cube is an S tier. It's cool looking. And also, it's got the most amount of lore behind it for a slime science resource that's a cube shaped. It also looks like a bismuth crystal, and those are pretty cool. Alright, so on to the Chroma Packs. So just a real quick overview before we start. Let's describe what the Chroma Pack is, since we don't really have any in-game footage. Now, we're looking at the default Chroma Pack. First, we have this yellow on the side. And this applies for all Chroma Packs, just the placing of the colors. In this case, it's the yellow. That's like the main color. If we're looking at the ranch house, it's the colored bit in the middle. It's like the trim on the vac pack. It's the color. Then on the side we have, in this case, the darker, like violet, purpley blue. That's sort of like the lining. So if we're looking at the ranch house, that's the very bottom of the ranch house. And then like the lining of the vac pack. On the top there, we have the big semicircle section. That color, or in this case, it's the gray. That color is like the background of everything. It's the main color. It's usually not really a bright color. And then this lining on the side, that's sort of like the brighter color for it. It's the trim for it. All right, with that out of the way, let's move on with our lives. So, the default Chroma Pack. I mean, the yellow is nice. I really can't say too much. It's just the default Chroma Pack. Alright, I'm not going to remember the names of most of these. So, this one. The pink is nice. I will say that. It's also got a nice purple. I feel like the pink and purple go really well together. The color on the sides is really weird. I don't know how to describe it. Like Slimegate color, I guess? The blue though is really nice. Alright, so this one's going for kind of the USA theme here. Red, white, and blue. Liberty. So, the white and blue, they go together, and then the red is the trim. Don't really have anything unique to say about it. Alright. This one. Purple. I think it's called the... Okay, so I think I remember the names of most of these. So this is a default. This is the milkshake, I think. This is cobalt. I don't remember this one. And this one is grape. I think the name fits well. I like the purple. And the green reminds me of the moss blanket. I think if you're trying to go for theming after the moss blanket, I think it executes the theming well. Alright, this one I think is Robo Ranger. So, I don't know, it's just bland. I don't see where the theming's coming from. It's just not like a bright coloration. And again, the color on the sides is not really pretty. Alright, I think this one's called Mitatron. I need to stop saying I think and say it with confidence. That really throws it. Alright. That pink is beautiful. This one gets a high tier because I like the coloring and the theming goes really well against it. I will say. Ginger Snap. I also have quite a high opinion of this. I used to use this one way back when, before I started making YouTube videos. It might be on some of my early ones actually. Maybe. I don't know. So the reason I like this one is if you have all the 7Z upgrades where it does all like the brick stuff, it goes with like the brick design of the ranch, and it just puts all the theming together. So I have to give it extra points. All right, Peapod. It's quite a bland. It just uses one main color. And it's not that pretty of a color. This one, I forgot what the name is, but I like the deep velvety color, and then like the sort of tealy / dark cyan color. I think they go very well together. I think the theming on that's very good. Now, this this reminds me of the wilds. Because you got the sky on the edges there, you've got the grass and the soil. I don't know. I feel like it's more an earthy style, I guess. Not for me, but hey. Alright, this one. Something's different about the icon because the orange here, it's quite shiny, and at first glance, the colors might not seem like they go together, but you just have to look at it for yourself. The colors really go well together. Alright, now on to this one. Now, I've been debating using this one for my Let's Play world whenever I get it, because the pink is really nice. That's all it has going for it. This one reminds me of like the color scheme of a knight, because it has the blue and yellow, but the blue's slightly off. Alright, this is just ice cream. It's called Neapolitan, and it's themed after ice cream. So, yeah. I mean, not my favorite color palette, but hey, it's something. Now, mint. I feel like this one has some sort of lore and basis because mint mango, and also Beatrix's hair color is mint. So, and mint chocolate chip ice cream is good. I'm still going off the theming of Neapolitan there. This one. It resembles a mashup of that mint and then like one of these green ones. It just resembles one of the mashups of it, and I don't think the colors go too well together. Alright, this one. Reminds me of the Ash Isle. I love the colors. The red stands out quite a bit. And normally that would be kind of bad, but here, since the grays are like the very light blues, since those colors go with everything, and the red is sort of like grabbing your attention here. Alright, same here with, I think this one's called Volcanic. Now onto this one. So, alright, so I think this one's called Nightlight, and it's sort of in the same vein as the Volcanic one. It has mainly like gray colors and puts the focus on the color on the edges, but I don't really like the color. I prefer more of a golden yellow, to be perfectly honest. It's more of an Easter yellow. Alright, this one. Interesting fact. So this one's called the Pretty Loud one, or the Pretty Loud Chroma Pack, and there's a Pokemon called Loudred. and it takes its color theming off of this. So just interesting little reference there. The colors are not for me. Alright, this one. Silvery. I like it. The silvery just clashes with the pants, because you got the blue, you've got the gray on the outside, and you just got the very overwhelmingly very bright silver. So, but the silver does make it go a bit higher. Now, I think this is the frozen violet. It just has two different colors. It's very bright. I will say that. It just stands out. It just stands out a lot. I like the colors, but it just doesn't really theme in well with the game, to be perfectly honest. Same with the Astro Pearl here. The colors are beautiful, but it just stands out a bit too much. Actually, I think that was just with this one. I'll give this one a higher one because the colors are nice. Now, this one gets instant God tier elevation because it's the one I use. And it's called Gold Leaf. It has gold in it. Alright, so these three are themed after different expansions. So this one's the theming that Aujin uses for his areas. I like the green. The blue is nice. I think that's just it's a very interesting brown color. It's not for me, but I use it, so I have to give it an extra point. Alright. This one. Mochi uses this one. Oh yeah, and the theming, going back to Aujin's retreat one, it fits in with the theming of Aujin pretty well, because he's like a farmer guy, and it's greens and blues and browns. This fits with Mochi, because she's purple. And it also goes in after the same vein as the volcanic one, but sort of in like a different lens. It's not like the trim, instead it's sort of like kinda there. And then I don't know what this one is. I think it's used in Victor's workshop. I'm probably wrong there. It looks like a dehydrated version of the one we just talked about. And then now we've got our last three. These are the platform exclusive ones. So we've got this Sapphire Chroma Pack. This is, I think, the exclusive for the PS4, and I can remember that because they're the colors. Now, these, I love the colors on them. Alright, this is the Xbox one. This is called Emerald. I love the colors on that. The colors just goes really well. And this one goes well with the Volcanic pack. This is the Ruby pack, and it goes with the, it's platform exclusive to the PC. So interesting fact, we didn't include it here on the list because it's not technically in the game, but there's a Chroma pack in the same style as those platform exclusive ones called the Amethyst, where it's a purple, and I really like the color. I'm kind of sad it was never implemented. Alright, now on to the fashion pods. So first up, we have the mustache fashion pod. Or the handlebar, I think. So this one, it gets an immediate high score because it has lore inside the game. It has its own island. And also, it's a pretty fancy looking mustache. Alright. Sunglasses. I mean, for sunglasses. Really no opinion here. Alright. Bow tie. If these passion pods could be overlapped, I feel like it would go really well with the monocle. But it is fancy. Alright. The googly eyes. It's googly eyes. So, why not? Alright. You know, I personally identify with this, but those are some big glasses. Would go well with the googly eyes. Alright. Going back on the theme of going with the handlebar fashion, or like having two fashion pods at once. I feel like this would go really well, because it's like the same sort of theme here. If you can look at that, that would go really well. Kind of disappointing. Alone, it's kind of weird. Alright, this is fancy. But it's also kind of unoriginal, because it's like, it's the smart one. It's the smart one. It's just turned on its side in golden. But it is fancy. Alright. The cute fashion pod. It's a retexture of this. It's just a retexture of the bow tie, but it's purple. But the purple is a nice color, so I have to give it points for that. Alright. Now, this is another one. It's a crown. And it also has in-game lore, because it's the logo on the royal jelly. And it's also used on the big slime statue you have in your ranch. Alright, scuba. Really only works for puddle slime, to be perfectly honest. Don't really like how it looks. Alright, I feel like the party fashion pod is sort of a rip-off. It's just... First, it markets the glasses as blue. The glasses are not blue. It also tries to capitalize on the party Gordo, but it doesn't even have the hat. But it does have endgame lore, and I like the glasses. Alright, pirate. I don't know too much about these, because these are the version-specific ones. I don't know whether this is the Xbox or PS4 one, because I know the lightsaber, or the Galaxy one, that's for PC, but I don't know about these two. I mean, it's a pirate. You can't go wrong with a pirate. I think this one just... The hen shield. It gets points for the hen shield. And lastly, what can I say? I'm quite a big Star Wars fan, and it's quite literally a slime Jedi. So I'd be doing it an injustice if I placed it anywhere else. Now, on to the slime toys. First up, we have the beach ball. It's a ball. It also works really well in the slime hoop, or the slime ball hoop. The Slimepedia entry, or it never tells you can't put slime toys through. It doesn't give you any points, but theoretically. And also it's a beach ball, which is found on a beach. It's the only place it's found in-game. I think that's a pretty unique bit of theming, not gonna lie. Alright, the big rock. It's a rock. I really can't say anything more. The yarn ball. Pretty fitting. It's a ball shaped. Also will go well in the slime ball hoop too. But no opinion. Alright, this thing is an absolute ripoff. It's called the Nightlight, but it doesn't actually give off any light. Alright, power cell, I think. I don't know, I have mixed opinions about this one. It's just a large battery. Although it would make for an interesting piece of lore if that, like, bright green rods inside of it, if that was Radplorts. And I have to give it extra points because it looks cool. Alright. Bomb. I find it funny that the Boom Slime's favorite toy is a bomb. It's just a bomb. But the Fuse also lights forever, and it tries to look like a slime. Alright. This just looks like a drone. I really can't say anything more. It looks like a drone. Alright. Rubber ducky. I love the theming on this one, but it just looks unsettling. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Sorry for the image quality here, but look at those eyes. You can't tell me it's not staring into your soul and saying, I'm the favorite toy, when it is not, in fact, the favorite toy. But I have to give it extra points for theming, though. Alright, it's an octopus. I really don't have anything to say about it. Alright, the crystal ball. Same circumstance as the beach ball, but it's fancier. And it looks cool. A tier. Alright. It's a chicken. I mean, if this game was ever multiplayer, like on the level of Minecraft, I don't think that would be possible, to be honest. But just imagine replacing someone's entire chicken coop with just a bunch of these. Funny idea. Alright. The puzzle cube. Instant S tier. And I'm going to explain exactly why. It's not that it's the quantum slime. The quantum slime is just an added bonus. It's not that it's a Rubik's Cube. I have no clue how to solve Rubik's Cubes, and I have no intention to learn how to. But the one thing is that they're a cube. Meaning that if you get enough of them, you can build with the cube. Now, I haven't devoted enough time to it. I haven't really tried it. I've built, like, a basic structure. But, hey, Minecraft and Slime Rancher. Alright, Disco Ball. Same case as the beach ball. But it's shiny. And it's the mosaic slimes. Alright, gyro. I like this. I like the design. It's different from all the others. And I have to give it extra points for that. Alright. This thing's also ball shaped. That's quite a consistent theming. But it goes down to D tier because the name is terrible. It's the soulmate. Soul as in sun. It's just a terrible pun. Alright. Charcoal brick. Alright. Idea. Technically in game you could burn these, but it wouldn't create more ash. So I mean, I guess that's the consistent theme here. But you shouldn't be able to burn it, because it's already, like, charred. Also, you can't stop this thing from burning, but it doesn't hurt you. Alright, treasure chest. I would give this thing extra points, but the money inside is an absolute scam. It's not even real money. Alright, this thing. I think it's called the Beeper Bot, or Bop Goblin. I think that's what it's called. It looks like a retextured, it looks like a weird, tabby slime. E tier. Alright. A robot. I do have to give it extra points because not only is it on the PC version, but it's in the Galaxy pack, so. Alright, mixed opinions there. And lastly, we have the Saber Slime Mud Ball. Now, this thing is unique in the fact that it doesn't have its own devoted model. If you think, okay, so it doesn't have its own icon, so I'm just using the model here. Okay, so my theory is, or this is probably likely, because they wouldn't create an entire new thing, they use the model of the yarn ball, because the similarity can be seen there. They just touched up a bit, they just tinted it green and touched up a little bit here and there. And then they just added some kukudobas everywhere. But I have to give it extra points because it's really rare and you can't transport it out of the wilds. But it is useful for getting a lot of fruit. So, yeah. Alright. This is one of our largest categories, the second largest. So, yeah. Okay. So, pink ornament. It's a basic ornament. It gets across the theme. And it does a good job of showing what the pink slime is. Phosphor ornament. Same thing. It's just a light. But it does provide a reason, because in game the echoes, the model of the ornament kind of looks like it has an echo inside. So this one kind of makes more sense because it actually has a light on its design. Tabby slime. I don't really know where to specifically place these, but it looks like a tabby slime. Boom slime. You know, I might just be biased here, but like, sorry, just moving these out of the way. I might just be biased here, but I don't like the boom slime. Alright. The red slime. I'm just gonna put these all in like the middle tier, because I don't really know where to put them. So hey, they're gonna go there. Honey slime. I like how the ornament looks. Not gonna lie. Looks kind of cool. Actually, I'm gonna put the red ornament up here because it looks green. It's very good for no, not you, Tingle slime. The quantum slime. It's very swirly, but I think the color of yellow is off, so it's kind of misleading. And then you can go up. I'm gonna keep that in there. Alright. No. Not mosaic slime. I don't know why I keep grabbing the mosaic slime. Hunter slime. I think I have a bad history with these ornaments because I get them way too often for some reason. And they're just scattered around my ranch quite literally everywhere. I can't stop running into them. And that is exactly why I don't like it. Puddle slime. Or puddle ornament. It's cute. I have to give it that. So it gets extra points. Alright. Dervish slime. It just looks like a purple. It doesn't have the trademark Dervish slime ring around it. So I've got to subtract points there. Alright, you can't tell me that flower looks weird. Sorry for the bad image quality yet again. But the flower on it just looks weird. Alright, mosaic slime. It looks ornament. I need to get in the habit of that. The mosaic ornament, I think, looks a lot better than the icon. And also, it's a mosaic. So instant S. Tar. It's one of the rare ornaments. I like the face on it. The face on it is interesting, not gonna lie. But it's also a tar, and tar are bad. So, alright. Bit of missed out detail here. They didn't add the N on the nubuck on it. I mean, that's just a personal grievance with it, but it's fine. Gold ornament. Um, Gold ornament. It's shiny. That's all the reasoning I have. Okay, now we're finally out of the slimes. At least temporarily. Alright, 7Z ornament. I think this one does a very good job of showing corporate America. Cause it's 7Z Corporation trying to brand everything. And you just gotta appreciate that fact, you know? Alright, this one. It's called the Victory Ornament, and it has the achievement icon on it. It's quite literally called the Victory icon, or the Victory Ornament. But I said that like twice in a row, so, new book icon. As I've said many times in my Let's Play that by this point, money is good. So money gets an instant trip to the top. Alright, so the next two are kind of in a pair together, you know? So Cloudy, I feel like these are sort of they do really well as sort of a decorational ornament. So you can add this in the skies around to just add, I guess, that extra layer of depth to it. It's just decorational power. And also, that's a nice cloud on it. Alright, the starry ornament, it's kind of like the counterpart of the cloud, just for like the grotto. So, and also, space nerd. So, alright, the rock slime, it's just dead inside. It's just dead, absolutely dead inside. So, it looks like, I don't know what happened to its smile. Just disappeared. Alright, crystal slime. Oh, yeah, and for the rock slime and this one, I feel like the spikiness on them, it really just looks weird on the ornament. Because it's not a 3D aspect. Because the dervish slime here, it doesn't try to make it look like a dervish slime because it doesn't have the ring around it, but it would also be kind of hard to model the ring on the dervish ornament. Here they just put the basis of it. I mean, it's fine. I like the coloring on it. Alright, this. It's fine. It's just boom monochrome or single color boom slime. No opinion. Alright, this is the counterpart to the gold slime. Because it's a silver. Alright. All of the chicken icons, they get E tier, because I am not going to talk about a bunch of chickens. The elder hen, I keep finding those everywhere too, so they can go down into D tier, or F tier. The hen ornaments just look weird. Except you. You get extra points, because you're colorful. Alright, now, this is a work of art. You can't, and it has an in-lore reason, and that just settles it. High A tier. I'm kind of debating on where. I'll come back to it later. I'll put it in the middle there, and I'll come back to it later. Alright, stereotypical holiday ornament. C tier. Party Gordo. Alright, it gets the color. Okay. I commend it because it gets the color right on the glasses for once. Actually, no, it doesn't get the color right. And it's a rare ornament. Alright, rainbow ornament. Alright, so I feel like it's a ripoff. They didn't even use all the space. They just left the blank ornament there. Which is interesting because most of the ornaments take up the entire design. This is the single ornament that doesn't do that, and you can see just the background of the design there. And they're just trying, and this is a rare ornament too. They didn't even use the entire ornament. Alright, the stripy ones. Alright, these are just a single color. I mean, they're good for decorating if they're a single color. They're good for filling space. I will say that, but that's really the only use they have. So all the stripies are just gonna go in D tier. Alright, jack-o'-lantern. Stereotypical holiday ornament. Stereotypical holiday ornament. Stereotypical holiday ornament. 4 in a row there. Alright. I find this one interesting because it's one of the, like, I think there are only 3 other ornaments that are themed off of a slime toy, which is an interesting idea. Alright. This guy's happy. You can't not look at that and say, he's a happy boy. He gets extra points. Alright. Handlebar, I've decided he gets S tier. Sleepy drone. It's also very cute because it's a drone. The drones are cute. I refer to my statement back on the slime toys section. It's staring into your soul. F tier. Alright. The idea for this one's interesting. The fire flowers are bangers, man. I love those things. They're quite cool looking, I will say. The glitch slime, I feel like the ornament design could have been a little better executed. The face looks kind of squished, you know? It just looks like the sides of it were sort of squished in. It looks squished. I like the coloration. If the face was fixed, it would be higher. Alright. What happened to the coloration? Look. There's the pink slime. And there's the pink question mark ornament. Or slime, I guess. I don't know. I'm not being consistent with this. The coloration is weird. But I think they're trying to go for the theming of the Pokemon Ditto, and Pokemon's kind of cool. So extra points. All right, I think they've just been trying to capitalize on the idea. But at least this time, they got the coloration right. Saber. I think this is one of the better slime ornaments. I don't know. B tier. It's not mid tier. All right. Look at him. Look at him. He's happy. That's one happy moon. You can't say he's not a happy boy. Referring to my statement back with the drone. And also, Space Nerd. S tier. Alright, Stego. Same thing with the Buzzy Bee ornament. It's a slime toy. But the face on the Stego looks kind of weird. It looks kind of weird. I don't know what it is about it. Alright. Time to shoot off the stripy ornaments. Stripy ornament. Stripy ornament. Stripy ornament. Alright. Now these two are for the last one, just so we can go in order. I kind of ran out of space while I was stating these. Okay. Just take a look at that. This is a teal stripy ornament. You could have done a yellow stripy ornament, because this is one of the colors that's missing from the color palette, or an orange. But you decided to do teal. The color's fine. The one thing that's irking me though is, look, it's not consistent with the design theming. It doesn't look like the other stripy ornaments. S tier. Alright, the sun. This goes with the theming of these. of these other two, the cloudy and the starry. It's good for theming. I like it. Alright. Very cool design. I like it better than the jack-o'-lantern itself, but same thing, inconsistency. The ornament, the face on the tar ornament is slightly bigger. I feel like the face on the tar ornament should have been this size, not the size that it is actually, because it's just a bit too big. But I like the design, and it's purple, and it also has the glow inside of it. Alright, I have to give this high marks, because it's the devs. I don't want to make the devs angry. I think it's called a tree fox. I don't want to make the devs angry. Alright. Twinkle slime. I like the color. The color is very pretty. And the flower. Nice shade of pink. And also, one of two ornaments themed off of a decorational item. I have to give it extra points for that. Alright, now on to the biomes. This should be one of our shorter sections. The dry reef. I like the theming here. It's a coral reef that was once underwater, but's now not. But it's also inconsistent because if the dry reef was once underwater, why isn't the why isn't the indigo quarry underwater? Why wasn't the moss blanket underwater? It's alright. Alright. Now this harkens back to the debate whether if you have one slime key and you can unlock the moss blanket or the indigo quarry, will you do the moss blanket or the indigo quarry? I'm gonna go with the indigo quarry. Because the moss blanket, it's green. But the indigo quarry, however, it has the crystal slime. It has the rat slime. It has one of the few Gordos that can actually hurt you. And it's got some nice clouds. Alright. Now, just mentioning the icon here, we'll get to it, the rest of it in just a second, but it's got a very happy slime face on it. So, nice. I like it. Alright. The Ancient Ruins. Interesting idea. I feel like Slime Rancher needs more of these elements, like the puzzle element. Because it's interesting. You have to flip the doors, you have to find out where the doors are. I mean, it's not that complex. I mean, I could figure it out, so anyone should be able to figure it out. But I think it's a good tie-in. It makes the experience a little more engaging, but it gets kind of boring once you know your way around. Gotta give it extra points. Alright, Glass Desert. The theming is amazing. I love the glass textures around, like the scorched plains kind of thing, like burnt glass everywhere, firestorms, and I really like the idea. It's the most interactive biome because you get to go around and essentially restore this place back to somewhat of its former glory, which I think is interesting, and it also has the best slimes in the game. Alright, the wilds. It's a slightly more dialed down version of the moss blanket. So I will say that about it. But hey, it's got pink trees, and it's got a very old slime, so gets extra points. Alright, the Nimble Valley. The minigame itself is cool. I do have to give it that. The minigame is kind of fun. Alright. Slumulation. I love the idea. The minigame is quite engaging. Actually, I'm going to re-rank this. This gets higher. because the minigame is fun, but the simulation, I love the theming of the simulation, and it's interesting because, fun fact, one of the soundtrack, or the soundtrack that plays in the background of the simulation, say you're in the dry reef section. It plays the dry reef theme. It can play the various dry reef themes, or I think it's just one. But it plays like an 8-bit version of it, so just a little bit of added theming. And the minigame is fun. Alright, the Slime Sea. I mean, world border. And it's got some nice clouds. Alright, our shortest category for today, the ranch expansions. Alright, so the main ranch. It doesn't try to go after any theming. It's also got the house. And it has some nice clouds. C tier, or B tier. It introduces you to the concepts quite nicely, actually. Alright, the grotto. The one place where you can put the phosphor slime where it doesn't just immediately die. And the theming is quite nice. I like the big skylight it has. Alright, the overgrowth. God tier. Amazing. It's so helpful. It saved me hours of my life just searching for chickens. Because it's quite helpful with searching for chickens. If you just set a drone down to just wander it and patrol for chickens, then infinite supply of chickens. And it's also got pogo fruits. It's also one of the very few range expansions that has resources, that like gives you resources. Besides like the chickens. The chickens are important, but it also has pogo fruit and carrots, which I've never really used that aspect of it, but hey, it's interesting. And also it's got birds. So alright, the lab. I like the theming of it. The theming of it's interesting. But then again, it's slime science, and I kind of vibe with that stuff. So, gotta give it A tier. I don't know why I put it in C tier. Kind of inconsistent with these. Alright, the docks. Misleading. It has birds. I don't think the birds spawn over the docks. I don't think they spawn over the docks, so it's kind of misleading. But I like the area because you can stick things to the net into it. And also, it serves a purpose. It's quite useful, actually. Because if you fall in the slime sea, it will preserve some of your items. It's essentially nothing, but hey, it's something. I find that statement funny. It's an interesting background feature, I will give it that. Alright, the one question I have for it, why does Ajin have trees from the ancient ruins? At one point I thought there were like big phase lemon trees, but then I realized they're not phase lemon trees and they're just a puffy yellow tree, and I was quite let down. There's nothing really interesting about the area. D tier. Alright, Mochi's Manor. Also, alright, the only thing it's good for is the big puddle in it. Is the big puddle in the, or the big like water feature in the middle of it. Which is very very good for farming puddle slimes if you don't want to actually buy like a pond. And also it has a big floating house that I want to jetpack to, but it's just out of reach, and I'm also angry about that. But the pond gives it some extra points. And lastly, we have another S tier. Victor's Lab. So I'm going to sit down and explain this one. It has a Roots of the Slime Sea, but it's also underwater. So just an interesting design choice there. It's also got a phase limit tree. Then again, you have to shoot things at it, but still. It's also got a small pond in the back of it. So, alright, now on to the gadgets. The drone. It's cute. I like the toy theming it tries to go after. I find that to be quite interesting. I like the idea. And they're also very helpful. And I feel like they're more useful than the advanced drone in a way, because the advanced drone can do two things at once, but like that's also quite useless, because it can do two things at once, which means it can't devote all of its time to one task. So I feel like instead of one advanced drone, you can just put down two drones and have the same exact functionality. Health pad. If you have a bunch of these scattered around the map, I haven't really undertaken such a large infrastructure project, but if you devote some time and put a lot of these around the map, that could save you in a pickle. These are very useful. Hydro turret. Honestly, it looks sad. And also, I mean, you can place these around the map and then it's useful, but I've never really put it towards that much purpose. And also, it's kind of outdone by the super hydro turret, which we have here, which is the same thing, but it's better, and it's slightly less depressed, which gives it extra points. So if you place a bunch of these around the map, same deal with the med station. It's very helpful. Now, interesting idea with these that I've never really thought of before, but the taming bell. It keeps the slimes calm. So you put a bunch of these in the feral section, and the feral slimes are less likely to eat you. But I don't know if it works on currently feral slimes. I'm unsure. It's also a giant bell, and you can walk into it and it has physics, so... Alright. Spring pad. I like it. It's a jumpy pad. Dot a bunch of these around the map and they're very fun. I will say that. Why did I say fun with so much aggressive intent? Alright. The potted cactus. It's S tier. It's not useful, but it's a novelty. It's just like it defies physics itself, and that's the one reason why it's useful. Novice Gordos snare. I mean, if you want like a surprise, because it's really just like a equal chance for any Gordo to appear. So, I mean, if you want, it's not the best. I wouldn't waste your plorts on it. Or slime science researchers on it. Same thing here. The ordering is weird. Because you can technically get the master one before this, because this one's found in a pod. Or, I don't know. I forgot. But the master one, very useful. Gordo snare, quite useful. It's also given me Henry, the golden Gordo, which was a godsend. He's very nice. The chicken cloner. This thing is an absolute and utter ripoff. So, go into a bit of math here, so you can skip ahead a little bit if you'd like, but it's an utter ripoff. So, in the files it says the chicken cloner. In the name, you'd suggest it would give you 2 chickens. It's supposed to be really good, like one of the best things in the game. Bit tedious, but hey, good. No. It has a 50% chance to clone your chicken. It has a 50% chance to disintegrate your chicken and give you nothing. Okay, so say I do this a bunch of times. Say I do it like 10 times. 5 of the times I get no chickens back, but 5 of the times my chickens are cloned. That just leaves me with 10 chickens like I started with. It's just quite useless. It's just a waste of time. I don't really I feel like the technology could be used for something else. Or it could be made a little bit more fair so that it doesn't just become tedious. The water tap. I feel like these are a bit they're useful, but I feel like they're a bit pointless because there are a lot of water springs just dotted around the map, and if you have a good knowledge of the map, then you know where the water springs are. But they are useful if you just have a bunch of scattered around the map, because hey, why not? It's also called the portable water tap, so you can just carry one around with you, and it doesn't have the installation cooldown like most other gadgets. So if you carry one around with you, alright, the scare slime. It's interesting. The physics of this is weird, but that's what gives it A tier, because not only does it repel slimes, so if you place them strategically, you can keep slimes like completely out of an area you don't want them to be in. I've never really used it for that, but I probably should have been using it for that. And second, it's got weird physics. It's on a spring. You can shoot things at it and it'll fly backwards. The dash pad. Very, very useful. Same with the energy pad. Or same with the health pad. You dot a few of these around the map, and it'll make your life a lot easier. But I feel like the designing here is inconsistent. You've got a health pad, a jump pad, and a dash pad. It's a pad. But it doesn't have the same design as the others. I think it's just a little bit out of touch. But hey, it's still useful. I guess these can be used in the same. These, the slime baits, I've never used these, to be honest. I have never used these. They're interesting in the same vein as the scare slime. They have physics, and it's a giant food. And it can be used in tandem with the scare slime. If you want to repel some slimes away from a certain area, but also keep them in a certain area, so the scare slime is just a backup, then you can use these. So if you just dot them around the map, I guess. And that's really the same argument for all of these. But I have to give this one extra points because the chicken on it looks really weird. Alright, slime ball hoop. Slime rancher basketball. Now, I want you to do one thing. Besides commenting down why you disagree with my opinions here, please comment down below if you have Slime Rancher, what's your high score in Slime Ball? Mine is 180. Because the strategy here is you put it in like that first area in the dry reef. There's a cliff. You can stand on the cliff. If you position the gadget well, you can just gather up a bunch of slimes and just shoot them into the thing without actually playing. I've never actually tried to play it, but I think it would be interesting to try. Alright, slime stage. Very interesting. It has so many uses. It's just a slime stage, but it's quite versatile. Instead of having, for example, you can keep a pet keep a pet gold slime. You could probably do it with a lucky slime too, but that is quite unrealistic. You can do it with a tar and it gives you an achievement. But the tar can also break itself off. So don't try to keep it in there permanently. And then also another interesting fact, I don't think you can get a Quicksilver slime on there because there's no gadget slots in the Nimble Valley. But if you put a fire or puddle slime on it, it'll show its airborne model, and it kind of looks like a blobbier version of a of your normal slime, because that's the airborne model of the slime for some reason. Because technically it's not touching the ground, it's just rotating in place. Very interesting concept, I like it. And I feel like this should be, okay. The Echo Net, I feel like it should be classified under the extractors because it's technically an extractor. You come back after a certain amount of time and it gets the echoes. But it's also very useful because echoes are quite good with decoration, and it gives you a consistent way to actually gather them. Okay, now for our last and biggest section. First, the slime lamp. Or the pink slime lamp. I like the color. It's also essentially just a trapped slime in it. It's very trippy. It's very weird to look at. Now, the blue slime lamp. It gets extra points because it has a unique face. It's just like a tiny circle. Alright. Violet slime lamp. It's purple. It's really got no defining features here. It's just purple. Gray slime lamp gets extra points because it has its face on the face of the tabby slime, which furthers the theory. These have trapped slimes in them. It looks like that, but I don't think that's actually the case. Alright. The green slime lamp, it has green glowing eyes. The red slime lamp, I have to give it extra points because it's just red. It doesn't look like a boom slime. It's just a color. Alright. Amber slime lamp. It's a giant bit of syrup. I find that interesting because it moves like syrup too. It's just it's a very slow liquid. And I like that theming. But it's also a normal slime lamp. The berry slime lamp. Now, the coloration on this is amazing. I love the berry colored stuff. That's my favorite colorations, I guess. Cuz the color is cool. It's violet, but it's also blue. But the violet coloration or the blue is really good. All right. It's called Cocoa. The Cocoa slime lamp. It doesn't look like chocolate. Chocolate's a bit brighter. It's just weird brown. Butterscotch. It looks like a quantum slime. It has like the glitchy effect that the quantum slime has. So I gotta give it extra points. Gold. It's a lava lamp, but it's gold. Extra points. Alright, now on to the actual decorations. Sponge tree. It's a pink tree. I really have no opinion here. Alright, the sponge shrub. It's a giant bath sponge. But it also goes really well with the theming of the coral reefs. Coral reef that the dry reef is trying to go for. So extra points. Alright. Coral. Same thing as before. And also, they're very tall, so it's very useful to stand on it. They're kind of like a ramp, so instead of like the pillar, which is hard to get up on, you can actually get on top of these. And they're very useful at climbing stuff. Grass. It's grass, but pink. I feel like all the grasses are just a ripoff. Unless it has flowers in it. If it has flowers in it, it's fine. Mossy tree. It's a tree that has moss on it. I will give it that. It goes with the theming of the moss blanket, but then again, it kind of has to. It's an interesting looking tree. I will give it that. Mossy tree stump. This tree stump implies the existence of a big mossy tree. Which now makes me sad, because they could have added a really big slime tree, mossy tree, as a gadget, but they didn't. For some reason. They could have added, instead of just a stump, a really big tree. But I think that would kind of break the game. So, disappointment. The glow cones. What are these? Is it a plant or something? It's weird. It's pink. It's a pink glowy. You can find them all over the moss blanket. I don't know what they're supposed to be. And the moss blanket, I don't know what it's supposed to be, so can't really say if it fits in with the moss blanket theming or not. It looked weird. Alright, the wildflowers. It's more creative than just a patch of grass, but it's also quite expensive too. Alright, big mushroom. Better than small mushroom. And goes with the theming. Alright, that's just a grass. It goes here. Same thing here. It's just a blue coral. Alright. I like this. I like the crystal clusters. It's even in the icon of the indigo core. At least for me, it's the most recognizable aspect of the indigo quarry. It embodies it perfectly. Same thing with this crystal cluster. I mean, they're not as common, but hey, it's still a crystal cluster, and it looks like a crystal slime, just minus the slime. Fire flower patch. It looks very cool. Very cool. It also reminds me of the Ash Isle, which is, honestly, I think one of the best looking places in the entire game. Alright. Sunburst tree. It's a phase lemon tree on steroids that got too big and now can't grow fruit. It's a disappointment. It's a grass with a bit of rock in it. It's slightly more creative. I will give it that. It lost the rock, but it also has flowers, so. Alright. It's just a pillar. It's just a pillar. I really have nothing more to say. If you really want to go after an ancient ruins theming, I think that's kind of cool. I think they should have added more decorations for the ancient ruins, not just themed off of the trees and grass, but more themed off of like the man-made constructions in there. All right, glow sticks. They don't glow. It's just sticks. Actually, I don't know if they glow. They might. They're fine. Alright. The crystal sconce. It looks like those plort statues, just minus, like, the statue, and it's just weird shaped. But hey, it's shiny. Alright, now. Same thing here. These guys get instant S tier. Because they do their job really well. They embody the glass desert. Actually, I feel like this one's too thin. This one's too wide. I love the coloration on this one, though. Alright. The palm tree. I mean, if you're going for, like, a Florida theme, I guess. I mean, it's close. It's close to the real thing. You can also find them pretty much everywhere in the last desert. So, alright, the coil shrub, I think. It's the tangle slime, just minus the slime. Coil grass. I have to give it points because it's not just grass, and it's not just the like normal grass. I feel like I like the colors on it, and it's also more creative. But I feel like it's also more intrusive because it's harder to walk through. Now this is just uncreative. It's literally the same thing as the Ancient Ruins pillar. It just looks worse. Alright, blocks. It's just a bunch of blocks. I don't really know what to say about that one. Alright. The icon makes these rocks, the cave rocks, it makes them look so much bigger than they actually are. It looks like this big, impending mountain. And I find that to be disappointing because they could have made it a big giant mountain, but now it just has tiny mushrooms on it. Alright, now, these are S tier, and I'm going to explain to you why. So, you see on the glow rocks, they have the glow texture, of course. Now, you'd think the texture is normal, it's just like a normal thing, right? That's what I thought too. So if you get yourself a glow arc decoration and place it down, but don't just leave it and just like spin it around, you know how it gives you the option to just spin it? Spin it. You'll see that the glow doesn't really stick to the rock. It's just sort of an overlay, and I find that to be creative. And also, it's just an interesting little factoid. It's a rock with grass on it. Alright. I love the pink. The pink is a really nice color. I have to give it that. That's the one thing I have to give it. Alright, going off of the coral tubes here. It just looks like discolored. It just looks like it. I think it goes in with the theming of dead coral because it doesn't have any color in it. It just I don't know. Alright, grass. Bit more creative. It's got rocks in it, but still, it's just a bunch of grass. And it looks very similar to the Ancient Ruins grass. Alright, the flowers. Again, Ancient Ruins grass. Alright. These things are interesting because they actually move around. The magnetic core, I think that's what they're called. They look like shiny stones. They're very pretty. Alright, the one thing I have to say about this is Christmas tree. That's the only thing it's useful for, and you even get a 2-for-1 deal. But there's also a bunch of other trees. But it's actually shaped like a Christmas tree, so I can see it being used as a Christmas tree. Alright. Now this one, it heightens the understanding of physics. This one, it's floating. It has floating rocks around it. This one, I think it's called the ornate magnetic core array. I don't see what's so ornate about it. It's just balancing stones. Sort of mixed on it. This one, it's just a shorter version of the that last one. Now these last these last 6, I really like these. Battery tower. I feel like it's a missed opportunity because they could have used this in a similar vein to that of the dash pad, in that if you get close to it, it'll give you sort of energy, or it'll refill your energy quicker. I feel like that's sort of a missed opportunity, but it also looks cool. Now, the digi panel. Interesting fact about it. So, for every single icon I've for every single decoration I've showed you. The icon shows the front of the icon. That is, if you were to get the decoration, place it down, and just not move it, the side that faces you is the front and usually reflects what is on the icon. However, the digipanel is the one thing that's not. So the icon shows its front as the windowed side, but technically the front is one of the thinner sides. Just an interesting little factoid about it. Gives it some extra points. All right, it's a stubby tree. It's stubby tree. All right, it is the sponge tree, but better. Now, field kit. I feel like this could go in tandem with the supply drop. You could just go with the field kit, get something. I feel like it could have been used in a similar vein to the range exchange. Like Victor needs something, you send him some slimes, and it'll send you down a supply drop. And then this would be like the trading station. I feel like it's a missed opportunity. And then this, you could have gotten lore items in. So again, missed opportunity. And with that, we conclude my incoherent ramblings. I decided not to include the extractors and the warp text slime science gadgets, as they're quite similar to each other and it would be a waste of both of our times. Well, if you agreed or didn't with my stances on a lot of these topics, it couldn't hurt to comment down below about it. Just be civilized, okay? I know that for some of you that might be a big ask, but for everyone's sake, let's try our best. I hope you enjoyed, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. Roll the outro.